Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a 1 week 1 palette with the beautiful ABH Nouveau. This is the newest palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I picked this up when it launched a few months ago, and I decided to do a 1 week 1 palette style video with this one because I did vote in a poll, where I asked all of you to vote in a poll which palette you wanted me to use, and this was the second most voted palette in that poll, and I thought anyone who's voted, I might as well dedicate a video for it, and I'm so glad I did because I had a really fun time filming this video. It definitely wasn't a week, it was over the course of several weeks because I did end up getting sick for a week and I'm still getting off of that illness at the moment, but I have done all of my looks, and yeah, let's get started. Let's look at my looks and then I will come back to you with my thoughts on this beautiful palette. Alright, so I'm starting with the Paloma shade. This is just a lid setting shade. You do not need to use this, but it's a nice soft matte. So moving on to Fleur, I'm going to put this all over the outer V part of my lid. And I think actually all over my lid I put it on here. Moving on, we've got Metro, and I put this in the V area of my lid just to deepen it out a little bit. I actually kind of like this shade. It was a more muted orange, which I enjoyed. Next, we've got Lily. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. I think it's absolutely stunning. And I just layered it over those two, but mostly in the center of my lid. Then we've got Isle, another favorite of mine. I put that in... I do it in my inner corner, but I also thought I'd pop a little bit of that right in the middle of my lid just for an additional pop. But I don't know if it's noticeable or not. Go back into Metro and I just put this underneath. And then I go into Wisteria and I put this in my lower lash line towards the center, just for that little extra pop, and I really liked the way this turned out. I really liked that extra pop in the lower lash line. I thought it was really pretty. Okay, moving on to the second shade. Go into Wisteria and I put this all over the lids. I did pack it on quite a bit. I actually do have some eyeshadow primer on as well, just FYI, because I felt like it needed it for this shade. But yeah, as you can see, I'm packing it on quite a bit. And then I went into Muse because I wanted to deepen it out the inner V. This is a satin shade with some shimmer. It's a little bit strange. There was quite a lot of fallout, so I didn't have any foundation on at all right now. I'm just doing my eyeshadow first. So I actually did a cut crease off camera, and now I'm going in with that beautiful Lily shade that I used in the last look. I just thought, oh, this would be so nice in a cut crease. I'm trying, you know. And then I went into, I think this is Hope. Did I go into Hope? Oh no, this is Peacock. Sorry, I went into Peacock just to do the transition between the two shades in the middle. Went back into Wisteria, did my lower lash line. And, you know, maybe this is my favorite look. I'm not sure. I really liked this look at the end of the day. It was quite fun. And I love the peachy lips with it. I thought it was quite nice. So yeah, second look done. Then we go into third look. I've got the Paloma again. Nothing to say here really. Just put it all over the lid as you do with a lid setting shade. Then I go into Liberty. And this one I put in the outer V and also kind of in my crease. I usually don't pack these on too much. I don't like too much depth, so you can if you want to, but I didn't. Then we go into Peacock, and I put this all over the lid. There is a little bit of flip, so as you can see, there is a brown base, but obviously there's that flip of purple and green. And yeah, it's one of those special shades that I quite enjoy. It's not super impactful though in this palette. Then we go back into Wisteria. I promise you I do one look without this colour, but I did enjoy it quite a lot. So I put this in my lower lash line, but you don't need to. You could just use a different shade to do that, but I really like the pop of colour. And then I went into Wings and I put this in my inner corner, like the inner part of my lid. just to kind of lighten it up slightly. And then that's the final look. Didn't really pose here, but I quite like this one as well. I really love that wisteria, that purple. I just love those pop of colors. And then here we are, the last look. We're going to Liberty again. I didn't realize I did this twice, to be honest, but you know, there's only one green matte shade, so I wanted to use it. Then I went into Belle, which is a beautiful goldy bronze shimmer. Not my favorite shimmer in the palette, but it's still beautiful, and it went well with the look that I wanted to go with. Went into Fleur to add a little bit of warmth in the lower lash line, but not too much. And then we went into Muse, and I really wanted to deepen out the corners, but not have too much, just wanted to have some depth. So kept it pretty small, but still adding that depth there. And then that's it. Popped on a lipstick, and I really like this one. Oh, and I put a highlighter in my inner corner because there wasn't one in the palette to use. So there you have it. Those are all of my looks. Obviously, I have the last one on today. So yeah, I've been really loving this. I've used all of the shades, I believe, now at this point, and I just want to say this is just the beautiful ABH formula that I know a lot of people love and enjoy. And I just think it's going back to their roots, to be honest. I do feel like this is a very good quality palette, and I really love, and the reason why I bought this palette was because I love the color story. I love that it was more muted and a little bit darker and more cool tone, and it just suited me and my preference, especially now. So I've really enjoyed working on it. And yeah, I mean, as you saw, I used wisteria a few times in some of the looks. I just think it's a really nice pop of color if you're doing a neutral look. It's a really nice way to add some color to the look. So I did use that a few times. Obviously, I used this shade quite a few times, but you don't need to use that shade. It's just a lid setting shade. You know, you can go green, you can go very neutral, you can go more peach, warm color, neutral as well. I think there's quite a nice variety in this palette. I do think that this shade down here is probably the weakest shade because there is a lot of fallout, and obviously it's a dark shade and it does tend to go everywhere. But you kind of need that darkness. But I'm not sure why it was a satin at the end of the day. It could have just been a matte, but that's absolutely fine. This is a really nice sort of a special shade, but I don't think it's the best shade in the palette. I really enjoy Lily. I think that is a beautiful shade, and I really enjoy Isle as well. I just think there's some really beautiful shimmers in here, and it's that creamy, beautiful texture that we usually get with the OG ABH formula, you know, the Norvina, the Jackie Aina. It's those beautiful textures. So yeah, I've really enjoyed working on this. I can't even say which is my favorite look. This is probably my least favorite, but I do like it as well. It's just a little bit more like toned down and grungy, but they're all neutral leaning. Obviously the palette is quite neutral, but it's still beautiful, and I don't know, I really love it. So hopefully this was helpful. If you haven't bought this palette and you want to buy it, I would recommend it. Obviously I don't want to support ABH at this point moving forward, but I had to get this palette. I you know, it's maybe I'm a hypocrite. I am, I guess, but I just thought this color story was stunning for me, and I didn't want to miss out. So yeah, that is everything. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and let me know if you wanted me to continue doing these style videos, because I really do actually enjoy filming them and doing them. And I think they're a lot of fun. Not sure what next palette I will do. I might do another poll. We'll see what people vote for, but otherwise maybe I'll just pick one at random. I don't know. But if you've got a preference, then let me know in the comments down below what palette you want me to do, based on, obviously, you know, if you know what kind of palettes I have. But yeah, if you want me to do another poll, do another poll. I probably will in my community tab, and then we can vote for it and we can see what is voted for next. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.